The police and heroes walked into the crime scene, and they saw a mutilated body to a woman, and a child hugging her, a young child. And the police were shocked at the mutilated body, where she had there were nearly broken bones and twisted body. And they saw everything was happened to her. One of them nearly puked, and the person said, "Who can do it? Who had done it?" And the hero stepped forward and said, Some men are just monsters," he said. And Mrs. Snipes and walked to the boy and said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Deku, my daughter." He said, "My name is Snipe." And he looked at Snipe and said, "Will it ever come back again?" she asked, and Snipe said, "No, she's dead. Sorry, son. Sorry, Deku." I'm going to cry. And he asked, "Do you have any family living close by?" She shook her head and said, "Where is it? Do your father live close by?" And he shook her head and said, "You can live with me for a little while at least," he said, and it's said to the detective said, "Take her body away." And he asked him, and he said, "You will be fine." When Mrs. Snipe said, I thought he would never be the same again. And he drove into his house and asked, "Where did your father live?" And said, "In America." And he lives there too. He said, "Well, if you leave me a little while, then a little while longer than I expected," he said. And he lifted up and walked the stairs up to his apartment, and he saw the guns. Saw the guns and ammunition. I said, "Here, take a little bit of soup. You'll feel better." He began to eat some of his soup, where he barely ate his soup. As it said, and Snipe said, "Eat soup, please. I promise you'll feel better," he said. And afterwards, after he ate the soup, he brushed his teeth. And they walked, and he lifted her up and picked her into his own bed. He said, "You can sleep with me tonight," he said. And Deku hugged him while he tried to sleep, and he heard him have a knife and said, "Please, don't kill Mother, please. Don't torture anymore. Don't cause more pain, please." And Deku woke up with a scream, and Mrs. Snipe just took his shoulder and said, "You'll be fine. You're safe now." he said, well, Deku just with a tears in his eyes. He said after the day they went to the police station and explained everything. He just said, first remembered something break the wall, be destroyed while I hide in closet. And then he said it was a man with a huge. He was massive. He had a black suit on, and back here, and grey eyes. He said they're gonna torture my mother. They're gonna torture my mother, and make her beg to kill her, but she never would be, and she never. They tortured her for hours, and felt like forever. I heard the screams of pain every second, the whole night. And he began to cry, and Mrs. Snappers hugged him and said, "It will be fine, Deku. I promise you everything will be alright." And the police just looked shocked at what they heard, and Mrs. Snipe asked her, "How old are you?" And Deku said, "I'm 3 years old." And Snipe just looked bored and said, and I took him away from the police station to his car, and said, and he whispered to himself, "How can a kid in 3 years old see that, experience that?" And he whispered to himself, "He will never be okay again. But better," he said. And Mrs. Snipe brought me to his home, and so he turned invisible. Well, could hear her crying for a moment, and then he couldn't hear anything, and he couldn't see him either. And he looked at it and said, "Deku, where are you?" And Deku stopped activating his quirk, and I could hear him again and said, "Is your quirk invisibility? Did you cry the whole time?" And Deku nodded as he said, and Snout said, "Impressive quirk." And Deku said, "What's your quirk?" "What's your quirk?" he said with a weak voice, and said, "My quirk is called homing. I can control projectiles. I use it for long range sniping," it said. And Deku said, "Could you learn me to shoot?" And Miss Snap said, "I could learn it, but I think the handgun will be a little bit heavy." And Deku said, I can lift it." And Miss Snap just said to himself, "It's wrong learning to learn how to wield a handgun. But he need to do something," he said. And when I come home, he picked up 3 empty beer cans and a Glock, and put it into his hands. Well, and took her down the apartment and put it on before a brick wall, and just said, "Try to shoot them." Deku's hands hold by both guns, and hand shook, and he tried to shot, and it felt the recoil, and And Miss Snipe just said, try to hold it properly. Like this. And it showed how to hold it again. And showed right beside, and shot right atop on the can, and just said, now you gonna try, he said. And I helped him stabilize a little bit, and he shot. He just shot 11 bullets, and hit one of the cans, and said, Miss Snipe, I hit. And Miss Snipe said, good shot. But he saw rage in his eyes, and Snipe said, you promised me to not use it to get revenge. And Deku said, I will not do it. He said, good. And after 1 week later, there was they held Inku's funeral. The top rank hero joined the funeral. It was Endeavor, All Might, Snipe, and several top ranked heroes. And All Might walked to Deku and just said, while Miss Snipe held on Deku's shoulder and said, and All Might went on one knee and said, I saw what happened, but your mother was a great hero. She helped us a lot. And he only hugged Miss Snipe and said, and Endeavor walked in and just said, this was a true tragedy. He said, what, you think adopting a boy? And then Snipe said, maybe. I've seen a little bit of his quirk, but not been a quirk doctor yet. He said, and I asked, what can his quirk do right now? And Snipe said to Endeavor, he can be invisible, and he does make a sound, and he can also make clothes invisible, and he can also, doesn't make a sound, so he's completely silent, and he can reactivate it. And Endeavor looked depressed, and All Might said, that's a powerful quirk, but have you been a quirk doctor yet? And he said, Snipe said, not yet. We're gonna do it in 3 days. After funeral, he learned Deku to shoot some more. After funeral, after she went to rest, and he learned her, and Miss Snipe continued learning her to shoot with a pistol. After 3 days, he went to Quirk Doctor and already said he had a visibility quirk in silence. The doctor had bring more equipment, and he said, well, Miss Snipe, you said his quirk was invisibility, and he was completely silent, and Miss Snipe said, yes, I tested it a little bit myself, and Can I see myself? He asked and the quirk doctor said, try to activate your quirk now. And walk. And he did, and talked to me. And he inactivated his quirk. And they could try to talk and walk at the same time. But while Doctor unlocked the carpet move a little bit, and he just looked impressed. Oh, and said, this is impressive quirk. But just look at it. Even the evidence is not even much there. Just look at footprints. Disappear right away, like nothing has been there. And I looked shocked, actually, what we could do. Maybe we could try with cameras. And I said to Doctor said to Deku, turn back, go be visible again. And he turned visible again and said, try the next cup of water. And he picked up his cup of water and he walked in and he began to drink it. They could hear the cup go to the table, but the sound of the water couldn't be heard and disappeared out of nowhere. And the doctor was impressed. He said, maybe a test with some technology cameras. And he tested infrared and radar, and they looked impressed by it and just said, the doctor said, this is the best stealth quirk I've ever seen. I've only got one other girl with the same invisibility quirk as well, but she cannot turn it off. Maybe the two should meet. And Miss Snipe said, maybe. But this quirk, they said the name Quirk, and the doctor said yes. Untactability. Untactability is a quirk. Or complete stealth. And the deck said, indetectability sounds better. And it's nice. Smiled to her and took her shoulder to Deku and said, then indetectability. You can't be seen anyway, said Miss Snipe. And after they drove home, and then Mrs. Snipe began to cook a steak to him and said, here, I cooked a steak to you, he said, and showed him a steak, and gave him a steak and some potatoes, grilled potatoes, and he ate it up. And they said, and Mr. Snipe said, I never expect to be a father, he said, and Deku said, you're a good father. And Mr. Snipe said, thank you, but I only not been a proper father yet. And he ruffled up his hair a little bit and said, and I imagine be a parent. And after I went to bed, and I said to myself, I never expected to have a kid. I think you're probably gonna keep him. He can be a great hero with his quirk, he said. And I said, he also something inside. Something like rage. I need to make control it, he said. and looked worried inside of the window and looked towards the window and just said, if his quirk goes in the wrong hands, that will be disastrous, he said, worried. This is a part 1, the last one part 0. Tomorrow I release part 2 on what if Deku had the total invisibility. And see you later.